Hello friend, welcome to the Java puzzle. Today we are going to discuss about the multi-threading, and this would be a series of multi-threading where we will discuss from basic to advanced level of the multi-threading. So we will cover in this video we will cover the multi-threading, concurrency, parallelism, so many things we will do that. So just stay with us. Let's start it. So what is a thread? So thread is an independent set of instructions that has its own private state. Every Java application has at least one thread named main without ourselves creating it. But what does it exactly mean when we say a Java thread? Well, a Java thread is just an instance of Java class named thread. A thread in Java is just another object of a class thread. This class offers method to configure and operate on it. A static native method named current thread return the object of thread class that is currently running. So in this example you will see I created one first example, and I create one object of a thread class where I just use thread.currentThread, and then I'm just printing out the name of the particular thread. So when we run this example, and you will see the output of this example is thread name is main. So by this output we can see that the name of thread is main, which get created by JVM without our intervention. So let's create a thread. So creating a thread in Java is as simple as creating object of a class thread and calling start method on that particular object. So there are two ways how we can create a thread in Java. First one is instantiating thread class with a runnable object, and second one is subclassing thread class. So firstly I will show you the example of instantiating thread class with a runnable object. So this one is the program, and here the runnable is a interface in a Java that has single abstract method named as a run method. The concrete subclass that implement this interface will provide the Java instructions to be executed as part of the thread. Then we have to create a thread object and provide this runnable object as a constructor argument. Here you will see we just passing the object of runnable as a parameter of the thread constructor. So in this program, if I will explain you, so here you will see the from this one we created a greeter class provide the implementation of runnable interface, and at the line number 5 we created the object greeter of this runnable class and created a thread object by passing the greeter object as a constructor argument, and finally we called the start method on the thread object. So the start method in the thread class create a native thread from which it invoke the run method overridden in our greeter runnable class. So if I will run this program and I will show you the output, so you will see here thread 0 is the name of the thread that we created. So thread class assign a name if none provided, currently I am not providing any name here, so it will create a name monotonically increasing. If we create it another thread, it would set the thread name as thread 1. This happens inside the thread constructor. If we don't want it to create the name, we have to provide the name to thread constructor. That I will show you later, but let me show you this thread class. If you will see the source code of this thread class, you will see it implements the runnable, right? And if I will search for this thread, and you will see the implementation of this thread, so you will see it is concatenated with this method next thread num. If I will go inside it, so you will see there is a private static int thread init number of variable, which is incremented by 1, and this next thread num is a synchronized static method. So this is the implementation of thread runnable, and you will see the program in a thread runnable demo, and you can check out all the program from my GitHub link, which is provided in the description. So let's move toward the subclassing thread class. So as you can see, the source code of the thread Java itself implement runnable interface. We can directly subclass threads and override run method. So if I will open this, if I will run this program, and you will observe the output is same as the runnable. It is incremented. If I will create another thread, it will increment it, and from 0 to another thread name would be the thread 1. So this is the basic implementation of the thread, and two way we see that we can create a thread by implementing the runnable interface and subclassing the thread class. Then in your mind you can ask me one question like, why should we call start method? Why not directly run method? So well, we can call run method directly on the thread object, but it is as good as invoking a normal method. It won't start any new thread of execution. It just simply execute the run method in the main thread. So if I will run that, if I will change it to run, so currently our thread name is a thread 0 because it create one thread. But if I will make it run, and if I will run this, so it will act as a simple method, and the output you will see that it's a thread name is a main. So that's why we are calling the start method. So when we invoke the start method, internally call a native method which is responsible for creating and invoking run method inside a new thread context. So this is the reason behind we are not directly call the run method, we are calling the start method here. In the summary, there are two ways to create thread in Java. First, by implementing runnable interface. Second, by subclassing thread. Then the thread constructor will create a name for a thread if none provided. In order to start a new thread context, we need to invoke start method on the thread object reference. Invoking run method on thread object reference is as good as invoking a normal method that run in a same thread context. So this is a part 1. Thank you. We will see in the next section.